So from looking at Elun's attack on this, where the Tesla farm is over by the town hall area over here, to the right of the town hall.
Yeah.
I liked his walk where he started from that tip at 9 o'clock and got 2 wizard towers and the X air defense and sweeper. I think he had 5. He had 5 wall breakers, and I think he wanted that with 3 rages. So I'm pretty sure he wanted to walk into that channel from his walk at about like 10 o'clock area, where that cannon is, in front of the X-bow. The long giant compartment that's open by where the queen is.
Yeah, it leads all the way to the town hall and the queen.
Yeah. I think he wanted to walk down there and get 2 air defenses as part of his walk. But given the Tesla farm and things didn't quite go that way, I like the value that he brought with that wizard farm on the left. But the plan that I had in mind was still big piggybacking off his charge. But I feel like I need to take care of that Tesla farm as part of the opening, like get some return on investment on it. So my idea was to start the queen walk way back at 3 o'clock and have her take care of the barracks and the camp. Tesla shouldn't pop yet. It'll be under 1 point defense of the.
So you'd not broken her in at this, just letting her walk around.
No, I will. Eventually I will. And I'm gonna. So queen walks this way, getting all that stuff. Meanwhile, I might do this beforehand because I don't want the healers to switch. But a BK at 6 o'clock at that dark barracks, and some CC bowlers with 1 giant. So if I drop my CC bowlers in the 1 giant that goes with it, the giant actually will go over to that exposed cannon to tank, even though the archer is on my BK. And I'll do that and maybe put another bowler there, possibly. I'm not really too sure, but I know it just helped the bowlers basically because that cannon might, whatever. I just know the giant will go over there. Bowlers to be backed up behind the BK and to basically get all of this with the bowlers by that archer tower at 6. And then they start walking to the right, which creates part of that funnel for that queen walk. That's why I think I might do this first. And the CC line comes just underneath that wall. So I don't anticipate the BK or the bowlers to aggro the CC. Same thing with the Infernal Tower, as well as the X-Bow set to ground. It just barely comes over that, like the X-Bow set to ground by the CC is going to aggro the BK, which helps my bowlers create part of that funnel and basically get that air defense and also form part of the funnel for the queen. But then have the queen charge push up by the town hall and go right down that alley where the altar is. Have the queen ultimately be responsible for the CC, the sweeper, all 4 Teslas, the
Inferno even?
Yeah, the Inferno even, because I'll have 2 rages for sure. The ability guarantees me that in first Inferno, and if I'm lucky, I could even get, and I'm really aiming for that second air defense above at about 2 o'clock. And so while that whole section is done, I'm left with 2 air defenses at the left-hand position, and I can send loons like how do I got this? LaLo from kind of like this direction, like straight coming this way and straight coming down. Will be more like this. That's risky with that being up. I might have to just compensate, maybe send it like that. But for
I mean, if the queen's heading that way, it could be one of those where if the key's, I guess, going to be getting her to target the Inferno before it drains her down while she's on the fire. But I don't think she's going to be under too much hit by the time you'll have cleared the Expo, you'll clear the queen,
right?
Because she won't. The Inferno doesn't reach that compartment on its own, does it?
The second Inferno.
So the first one that hopefully you're going to get with her,
it
doesn't reach the Tesla compartment. So it's not until you choose to let her into the next one that'd even start tagging you. So she can get a load of value from that compartment.
Oh yeah.
Before she gets into Inferno range.
She'll head towards the right before she heads towards the Inferno. She'll step in and out probably of it. She'll get the air defense. If that air defense is still up, she'll get that, then the altar, and then push to the right to get both Teslas because they're stacked, as well as the elixir storage to the right of the altar, she'll aggro that before she aggroes the Infernal Tower on the left. Does that make sense? And I encounter the CC before I encounter the first Infernal.
What is the CC? I've been
3 loons. Loons and like a baby dragon and a couple of loons. It's not a hound.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. But poison will be good.
But my questions basically was like, I had 2 questions. The first, or for opinions, do you think the queen with 2 rages will last all the way up to get to the second air defense? You know, that is a CC, a gold storage, and an expo she has to beat through before she gets within range of that second air defense, with just 2 rages. And should I even wait that long because of time?
I think she'll get good value and she should be able to get in pretty quick. I think the one bit to be careful of is when you're on all the Teslas, if they all wake up at the same time and the queen hops over, obviously making sure you don't switch off because you might need the poison early for the queen as well as the rage. But apart from that, she won't die. She'll be fine. I guess it's a case of time. Are you getting the bowler funnel in really early doors so that she instantly is thinking of just going up?
Yeah, I'm thinking I have to start the BK first because, number one, I don't want the healers to switch and cross over to the left. When she gets to full health, because she'll only be under 1 point defense at a time on the walk, and that's what worries me. So I think I have to start the BK funnel first, then start the queen walk after basically my BK dies.
And is it a jump near basically where the town hall and the archer tower are? Or is that where you're throwing the jump down?
See, that was the other part of the question. How do I get in there? I could rage my wall breakers in, but I worry that they'll be picked off by the queen because the queen line comes just underneath, comes just over the wall, the second wall in, but not further enough out where she'll aggro the queen or something like that coming in. Like that queen itself will definitely, even rage bowlers, I see it being picked off. So I'm almost forced to put down a jump, which is why I had to clear out all the crap on the left so that she actually stays in that channel and doesn't try to hop the wall and go off target. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I think the jump should be safe though. You can get good value with it, and as long as the left side's all cleared, she should do. She's told.
So for spells though, it's 2 rages at least for the charge, and 1 jump. And then I have 2. I'm gonna have a double poison. I'm gonna have a poison for the CC encounter and a poison for the queen encounter. Yeah, because it depends on how. Just for insurance reasons, I'm left with 4 spell count for an infernal tower, which I feel has to be one of those has to be a freeze and 2 haste.
You either do a freeze and 2 haste or a heal for the wizard towers, but I guess if they're going to be under Inferno during that period anyway. Yeah. I think the key is getting getting the haste in to get them to the wizard towers early, because the 2 at the back 2 will target the air defenses. It's only those front 2. So if you just haste in early on the front 2, the back 2 will go after the hound anyway, so they'll be distracted. It's just the front 2 that will go for the hound for a bit, and when he lands on an air defense, will turn around.
I was trying to figure out the cost of this. You know, with 4. The other question was 4 or 5 healers. I think I'd be okay with 4. So that's 56.
Yeah, I don't see a need for 5. The expos aren't even max level; they're level 3. I think that level will be fine. There's not a huge amount of point defense that you get all at once, apart from the Teslas, obviously. But the rage for that, and you should be fine.
So with 56, hold on a sec. With 56 being for healers and 60 being for hound, trying to understand what that comes out to be real quick. I'm just gonna try to figure out what this is. So it'd be 56 for healer, 60 for hound, and then 10 loons is 50 plus 4 more is 20. I'm up to 186. I could
you've still got
3 hounds. I could do 3 hounds because I got CC bowlers for that BK.
I guess the question there is, do we get any info on where the black mines are? Because I think once you get, it's about just getting into that Inferno and getting it done. So I guess one extra hound would take one extra Inferno fire, which saves a bit of the loon's health.
Well, really, the third hound.
The other side is extra balloons, really, and just overload it with loons.
Yeah, that's really what I'm worried about is that third air defense. Like, there's no doubt we'll get the Tesla farm, the Infernal Tower, the Expo. I worry about, for two reasons, time and then just firepower. Once I get past the gold storage right in front of the bomb tower, I worry about time itself. Like, I don't want to. That's a lot of time right there. That's at least a minute, almost close to a minute and a half, if I'm lucky and everything goes right, that my queen charge starts beating on the CC or Expo in the middle of the base. So I'm already going to have to start using my LaLo at that part. And I think with two hounds going from the left, and I have 14 loons and 186. If I feel like if I do 3 hounds and plan on, just for insurance purposes, that for the third air defense up there, there's too many stopping points if I start my LaLo from 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and have it sweep from left to right in a clockwise fashion. I worry that there's too many stopping points before that air defense that I'll lose without a heal, I'm going to lose my tankage of my hound, and it's not going to be there, and I'm just going to slowly lose all my loons there. So I feel like I need a hound to sit on that freaking thing. The good news is that I could send in just 2 or 3 loons at the mortar at 3 o'clock, right over there, and then that basically I can control when that air defense goes down for time.
Yeah, and I think the thing to remember is the 2 topside air defenses they're only level 7. I know that's not a huge difference, but it gives your loons a couple of extra. I think they take an extra shot, don't they? Than without from full.
The only black slime I saw from the replay was on the bottom, where the entries going in. Basically, the BK and bowler combination should take care of one of the black Sams that's on the air defense at 430 position, right by the town hall. I saw 1 black Sam there.
The other thing I was thinking is, do you need the 2 poisons, or is it worth? You can get a lot of value just from a damage point of view, from an EQ. If you throw it on the ground Expo, you can probably get both Infernos, the CC. You can get the air defense, level 8 air defense. Like, you get some serious health chip off, which might help your queen out when she's making her way up.
Well, not only that, it would help my loons too, because when they sit on top of that Inferno, it'll be just one less drop. Should some of them die on the way in,
But obviously, if you need the 2 poisons, take the 2 poisons. But I feel like the CC and the queen are going to be engaging at pretty similar moments, so you can probably tag them both.
So with 3 hounds, queen walk, a CC bowlers for that BK on the bottom, you think that entry would work? You think it's solid? You see anything that could go wrong with it that I missed?
Not really. I think taking the Teslas on is a good shout. I think really, if your queen gets in, which I think she should, I think you can massively overload the left-hand side with the LaLo, and I think you could afford some errors on it. To be honest, I think it's a sort where if you can get them in, the issue is going to be obviously to watch out for that sweeper. If you're coming in straight onto that wizard tower at the top, make sure they're hasted down, because the sweeper will quickly not be in the way, but at least for a brief period, it might try and lug all your loons together so they're next to each other, and then the wizard towers can make hay. I think the key is just going to be making sure that you get those wizard towers down as quickly as you can. Obviously, you haven't got the heal for it, but I do think the freeze is the right shout. But I mean, can you get with the freeze? Can you get 2 wizard towers, the Inferno, and the air defense if you drop it on the king's pedestal, just slightly to the right?
I believe it's 7 tile space, so I'd have to count that. I can definitely get one of the wizard towers, air defense, but I don't know, what is that? How many tiles is that?
Or you could even just go safer and go for the archer tower. So put it between the Inferno and the air defense, and then you might be able to tag the archer tower bottom and the wiz tower.
The archer tower I'm not worried about. It's gonna be locked onto a hound. I'm more worried about the wizard. That wizard tower that I think I have to check the line on it. Right next to right above the BK altar. I don't think that's covering.
Yeah, I think you're probably stretching too far. You don't want to screw up the freeze, so it's probably worth just stick it on the wall in between and get the 3 that you can get.
Yeah, I still think the wizard tower is probably the smart one to get. But where is it? I got to check the lines on it now that you said that. This wizard tower right in front of the BK is covering the air defense.
So it's not too vital to get it.
No, not really. In fact, both archer towers on the entry. That's the other reason why I wanted to go this way from the flight path, because even both archer towers are going to be aggroed. The only thing that onto the air defense area, which means the hound. The only thing that's not covering it is those two wizard towers. But I think that if I get on the loons right behind it right away after I deploy like the second hound, even if it goes to that air defense right in front of the sweeper and it doesn't exactly double stack it, that's the other reason why I definitely think I need to go 3 hounds for this. Yeah, and I think I have the troop space for it. You know, with like 16 loons, possibly 18, 3 hounds, and only 4 healers.
I think the other thing you could think of doing, I'm just trying to think. Obviously, you drop some early loons in, get them hasted, and get them to the wizard tower.
Yeah. Yep.
Is it worth holding on to a few, because there'll be a haste still there by where roughly the army camp is? Wait for the mortar to go down, and then stick some more loons in, because they should then go straight to the air defense.
Oh, you mean from like the 9 o'clock area?
Yeah. So the camp at the top. So next to the 2 wizard towers at sort of 9.5 o'clock. Are you coming in there with a haste on top of that pretty much, or are you coming in wider? Where are you coming in from with the loot?
Let me clear some of this markup. Okay, so it would be more than likely the first hound like this, the second hound right here, like that. And then it's going to be 2, 4, kind of a delayed 5, 6, and then 7, 8. And the haste is going to be like this, because it's 8 tiles. And then the other one probably like that. So just to the left of the wizard towers. So basically they zoom from that first wizard tower at 9 o'clock. Then they're going to go down to above the BK and then across over to the mortar.
Okay, no, yeah, I think that looks good. That should approach the air defense while it avoids the sweeper, obviously, as well.
Yeah, and I think, it's a real toss-up between that. I see what you're saying about the earthquake. Like, I definitely see what you're talking about there, especially with it's going to help some of the walk on the way through. But if I have a jump and 2 rages for the push, that leaves me, and a poison of my in the CC, that leaves me with 5 spell count. So, can I get away with? Oh my God, what did I just say? I'm left with 4. No, 5.
So
you're
taking the 2 hastes, so it's 1 more spell or 2 dark spells.
Yeah,
you've got rage, jump, 2 haste, so you can't change those. Poison and the EQ. So then, I guess for me, my view is you take a freeze or a rage for over the air defense and inferno. I think a heal is. I mean, you could take a heal for the wizard towers because you'd have 3 hounds down, so only 2 streams would be getting the loons. Whereas obviously the wizard towers would be pounding them, or you could freeze, or you could rage. I guess.
I'm trying to draw out where they would be, because more than likely, after the jump is where my rage is going to go down, because I'm going to encounter the queen when I'm hitting on and for time alone, that's a lot of time to beat through to get through. Plus the Tesla farm right around that corner. So yeah. Rage there, and then after that's done, I'm going to step upward in getting to the 2x bow and infernal tower touching me at once. So rage to go down there, and I'm going to pop the ability most likely to win the battle with the infernal tower, and then the rage will bring me back up so that I can handle the 2-point defense of the X bows coming at me. So that's 2. That's 1, 2, 3. Where's my poison? My poison is probably more than I probably will hold it for the CC. And the CC line comes out, so it'll probably be right here. All right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4 spells of my own. What is the last 2 spells on this? So this is what I was talking about. Like maybe instead, this is what's making me feel uncomfortable. Maybe I shouldn't use an earthquake on that section that you're talking about, and maybe it should be a freeze and a haste as my last 2 spells, with freezing that first Infernal Tower. That way I don't need to bring my loons back up. They're already kind of healthy since everything's going to be distracted on that air defense anyway. Yeah. So freeze it, and then haste right about here to zoom everybody over. So we go like that, and then this is the line right by the...
Yeah, I think the freeze is just too much value, really. I think you've got to take the freeze with the Wizard Tower, Inferno, and air defense.
Yeah, but then I'm probably going to scrap the earthquake.
I think all your hounds. The thing I'm thinking at the moment is, I get that you're nervous about the second air defense, but do you really? Are you going to end up having extra hounds down? I guess the worry is if the queen can't get the third one on the right hand side.
That's why I have 3 hounds.
But yeah, that's why the spare. But then I guess if they do go down, then does time become an issue? Having that instead of, maybe some additional loons that you can drop around the outside if you need, or some minions for cleanup or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's 3 haste and 1 freeze. I think freeze that first Infernal Tower coming in. That way I still have somewhat healthy loons coming in. And I have another 8 of them to basically come right into the sweeper. But by then, my loons surviving on the push should come over and help take care of that. I'm really worried about that third air defense picking up off all my loons. But if I had a third hound to help sit there and take some of that point defense, I should be okay. I really should. And then the last 4 loons that I keep, 4 of my 5, I should say, should probably come in line at the mortar and the Archer Tower, the mortar at 230 and the Archer Tower at 12, because that's when I notice that my hound is about to die and I'm going to lose my tankage. I should send my loons that at the mortar and air defense. Yeah,
I think the other option is would be if it's looking very good on the left hand side, and you don't really need the third haste, is to have the haste for that mortar. If it looks like your queen's not going to get there, so that when the hounds come across, you can basically drop loons, drop haste, and just get them into that air defense as quick as you can. That's the other option. Use the third one there.
Yeah, I agree with you. Kind of like hold that last haste and 5 loons to adjust on the fly to see what happens to the queen.
Yeah, because if you need them in the core bit with the Inferno and the air defense, then obviously you want to get that all down where the loons are. But if you can afford to hold that third haste, if the queen's... Because the queen, I don't know, she could do whatever she wants. She could wrap off to the left. She could be trying to break into... You never really know with her. Or she could be distracted by the storages on the outside. She might go on a
yeah, it's funny that you said that. That's actually what I was kind of worried about. That even because of the jump. I can't surgically place this jump. Well, I guess I could. I mean, it's... What is that? 2, 4, 6, 8. It's 8 tiles. I mean, I could pick the middle tile and hopefully it doesn't bleed over to the sides, but you never know. I hope it doesn't. If it bleeds over to the left or the right, she might move away from the channel and then screw all the pathing and not get the Infernal Tower kind of deal.
Yeah, I think the left should be fine because the attraction will be cleared there. I mean, if she does go to the left, she'll pretty much go straight to the Inferno, which is the worst thing because she'll get that down early. If she goes to the right, then the only issue is, I guess, that there's that extra gold storage that she'd have to beat through, and there might be time on that. But if the queen was trying to pop at her, she's going to adjust. So I think that should be fine, really.
Did you look at this base? Did you have a different plan after looking at the replay that Ilun did? I thought he had a nice scout. I mean, I liked his plan.
Yeah, I thought it was solid. I was kind of looking at it straight away with your plan in mind, to be honest. I think, I can see what he was thinking of. If I can take out all the wizard towers with a queen walk or a good number of them, that's the threat gone. But I think there's more value in the Tesla farm than there is in the wizard towers because, as you say, 2 of them are over air defenses anyway. So it's they'll hit the hound, so it's not really that much of a problem. I think the entry's the right side.
All right. Well, this is about as close as I think I'm going to get with what I have. So, thanks for looking at it with me, man. I really appreciate it and giving me your advice.
No, no worries, no worries. Hopefully it was helpful.
It was, very much so. Thank you. I'm going to hop off and build that army. I had a 10v11 army cooked, and then everyone did so well after I was done with the 1.0 wars. I went to go look to see what I had to double. You guys all smashed it.
Yeah, I'm about to go in on the last one. I'm just waiting for, apparently we've got a spare scout, so I'm waiting for someone to scout it first. But
right
the last
on.
one's one of those classic internet bases, but it's one of those that can still catch you out.
So I'm with you on that. A lot of people are like, internet base. Oh, it's so easy. You know where all the traps are. That's true. That's I agree with that. But I don't know about you, but for me, internet bases are probably, I don't know if we're just out of sorts or out of experience with it because we hit non-internet bases so often. But they're the ones that usually give me the most trouble. Is internet bases. They sneak up on me every now and then.
Yeah, and I think it's more I think if you're going for a 3, obviously it's glorious to see an internet base. But yeah, when you're going for that 11-2, it's just because I think the biggest issue with them is that they always pack a heck of a load of defense into one little spot. So however well you do it, if you make a mistake when you're in that big critical part of the base, then it can still go wrong because you can just suddenly get absolutely hammered. But it shouldn't go wrong. Should be all right. But we'll see. We'll see.
Well, good luck, man. I'll be watching and looking for it.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. I'm gonna hop off here, then build this army and get it done.
Catch you later.
Catch you later, man. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.